Hello and welcome to the next video. In this video I'm going to be talking about an experience I had in Tokyo, Japan when I was traveling across Japan before I had ever moved there. I'll call this the Western Ninja story. So as I mentioned way back in a prior video where I was living in China and decided to visit Japan, I had decided to go and spend 3 days in 3 different cities, starting with Tokyo. So I had a list of places and things I wanted to do in Tokyo, and one of these that was high up on my list, as cliche as it might be for some, was I had gone online searching for different things to do in Japan, narrowed down my list, and one of the things that I saw that I felt was a unique experience was to go to this ninja themed restaurant. And I'll put a link in the description somewhere to the place. Hopefully it's still around. It was pretty neat. And what it is this restaurant, like the name suggests, where the staff all wear, the traditional kind of ninja garb, or at least what we think traditional Japanese ninja garb is. And more interestingly, to find the entrance to the restaurant is a challenge in and of itself, because it is very subtle. Which unfortunately I couldn't find. But I got to see, a nice sunset and, the lighting get dim before I decided to go to the restaurant and gave up on finding the Godzilla statue. And started walking in the direction of the restaurant. Now, mind you, at this time, I didn't have quite the smartphone that I would later have. Didn't have GPS, I don't believe I even signed up for any kind of SIM card while I was traveling in Japan. That's how long ago this was. And so all I had were GPS printed maps, like, go to MapQuest or whatnot. Oh, where is this thing? And then directions from the station and whatnot. And I had these things printed out and with me. So I was looking at it. It's like, all right, it should be down this way on the left-hand side of this little strip of shops. Start walking in that direction. I get up to a certain point and I realize, I think I passed it. Turn back around. Passed it again. And, walked around the same block a couple times. Finally, and I think as if by accident, I discovered the door, which, if I have a picture, which I think I do, I'll put it up. It's very, like I said, it's very subtle. You wouldn't even know it's there. And that's part of the gimmick. It's hidden in plain sight. So I went in, and it was pitch dark, and there was, of course, a person there in a ninja outfit, and it had this kind of cavernous look to it, with the fake stalactites and stalagmites and this theme to it. So after going in, I don't think I had made a reservation at the time. I just had looked at the menu and sat me down, and this took my order, or I think I ordered one of the sets from there, which was pricey, but it was worth the experience. I think it was like 10,000 yen or something. I know. And during the course of the meal, if not close to the end of it, this gentleman comes by who happens to be an expat. And I think part of his face was uncovered, so I could see, he was definitely an expat, and I believe he was Italian. Spoke really fluent English. And he comes over and he says, "Oh, hi, I'm the, I think it was like Italian ninja or Western ninja." And I said, "Oh, nice to meet you." He's like, "Well, as part of the experience here, I'm going to do some magic tricks." And the guy decides, starts going through a series of tricks, which were pretty neat. I don't remember them all, but I remember there was one particular trick that he did, using a deck of cards, where it was the usual, pick a card, don't tell me what it is, just memorize it, right? Okay. Goes through it. Is this your card? Yeah. Oh, great. And then he says, shuffles it back in to the deck. Then he goes, okay, here's the deck. and you can see it's a real deck. I said, yeah. He's like, all right, put one hand on the bottom of it and one hand on the top of it, and then put them together. I said, all right. So I did that, and I could feel there were cards. You know, it was a deck. And he goes, I want you to think about your card. I said, all right. You think about it, yes. Okay, and your card is going to appear. And he said some, you know, some funny magic words. Might have been like abracadabra or something. And I felt like a little wisp of wind between my palms. And he said, did you feel that? I said, yeah. He said, open your hand and take a look. So, mind you, I had my hands here the whole time on that deck. Open my hand, and there was my card. The exact card I had picked out. And that was the last of the tricks. And then, you know, departed, really nice guy, said goodbyes, and headed out. That was probably the best magic trick I had ever witnessed in person. And it was a great experience to go to the restaurant in general, I'll say that as well. And I would probably go back, as pricey as it was and as difficult it was to find if it's still around and I ever head back to Japan. But anyway, that's the Western Ninja experience. See you guys in the next video.